Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. By way of the present column, an attempt is made to briefly review the statutory judgments pronounced by courts in the month of May 2020 under the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. Also, an attempt is made to include and review some judgments of various other high courts. The emphasis is essentially on the judgments of the High Court of Delhi and Supreme Court of India. So, in this, the High Court of Bombay, while deciding an application under Section 42 of the Act, held that, in view of the fact that arbitration between the parties was under arbitration clause contained in agreement between the parties which provided for place of arbitration as Mumbai and not under Section 18 subsection 3 of MSME Act, and the appointment of arbitrator was made under Section 11 by the court. Thus, the competent court for Section 2 would be High Court of Bombay and not Nasik Court, where the Facilitation Council to whom reference was initially made was located. By Obiter, it was also held that Section 18, subsection 13 of the MSME Act cannot be treated as an arbitration agreement for the Chief Justice or his designate to act upon the section of the Act upon failure of the Council to take up the dispute or refer it to arbitration. The High Court of Delhi, after discussing several precedents, held that it is not mandatory that an arbitration agreement be signed and the facts of the case be hand makes it squarely covered within Section 7, subsection 4 of the Act. In this, the High Court of Delhi allowed application under Section 8 and in doing so referred non-parties to the arbitration agreement to arbitration by holding that plaintiff's own contention calls for piercing of corporate veil and thus defended who, though having pleaded misjoinder but having not opposed to the plea that the disputes are liable to be referred to arbitration, are also amenable to arbitration, being group of companies of defendant and from the intent of the parties as gleaned from various other agreements. In this, the High Court of Delhi refused to grant injunction against invocation of performance bank guarantee and in doing so rejected the petitioner's content that the injunction be granted on account of invocation of force majeure clause by the petitioner owing to COVID-19. The court held that while COVID-19 was a force majeure condition, there has to be a real reason and the real justification for invoking the force majeure clause, which would have to be seen in the facts of each such case, and it cannot be used to justify past non-performance by a party, as was the case at hand. The High Court of Delhi, while deciding a petition under Section 9, filed in an international commercial arbitration after the petitioner had been unsuccessful before the emergency arbitrator held that petitioner having excluded the applicability of Part 1 of the Act by agreeing to be governed by different rules and procedures binding on the parties and having invoked the same cannot invoke jurisdiction of High Court of Delhi and the petition was not maintainable. In this, the Court of Delhi held that there was a valid arbitration agreement between the parties as petitioner was a successor in interest of the original contracting party. Further, it was reiterated that Section 11, subsection 6A, court only examines the existence of arbitration agreement and no more, and thus the issue as to whether claims are barred by time was not to be seen by court while appointing the arbitrator and allowed the petition for appointment of arbitrator. The High Court of Delhi reiterated that Section 11, subsection 6A, court only examines the existence of arbitration agreement and held that respondents' contentions that disputes sought to be raised are overlapping with the claims in their earlier arbitration between the parties and are barred by principle of Order 2, Rule 2 of CPC, would have to be examined by the arbitrator and cannot be a ground for opposed appointment of arbitrator. The Court of Delhi held that an application under Section 29A would lie only before a court which has the power to appoint the arbitrator under Section 11 and not the civil courts under Section 29A. Petitions would be filed before such courts irrespective of pecuniary jurisdiction, just like in case of petitions under Section 11 of the Act. The High Court of Madras held that unlike Section 28 of the Arbitration Act, which gave the court power to enlarge time even after making the award, and thus an award passed after the extended period could be validated, and no such provision is available under Section 29A of the Act, and thus set aside an award passing after the expiry of the extended period under Section 29A, holding that the mandate of the arbitrator stood terminated on the date of making the award. Here the Delhi High Court held, in all cases where the time limit for passing the award expired during lockdown, no separate petition under Section 29A would be required to be filed, and the parties have 2 weeks after the lockdown is shifted to approach the court in terms of the order. The Supreme Court of India, while upholding the decision of the High Court in setting aside the arbitral award under Section 37, held that the test is whether interpretation provided to the contract in the award was reasonable and fair to pass under Section 34, and upon scrutiny of the clauses of underlying contract, and held that the arbitrator erred in giving a wide interpretation of the clause and ignored the basic rule of interpretation that all clauses of contract should be read as a whole and mutually explanatory. In this, the High Court of Delhi held that a judicial challenge to an arbitral award based on the ground that the arbitrator could not have adjudicated claims that were not referred under Section 11 being a ground that was capable of waiver by affected party, then such ground not having been taken before the arbitrator signifies consent to the arbitrator's jurisdiction and cannot be taken at the stage of Section 34. The High Court of Bombay set aside the arbitral award, holding that the conclusions reached by the arbitrator qua the finding of breach as also stipulation of liquidated damages exhibit an unmitigated perversity and shock the conscience of the court, and the award does not measure up to minimum judicial scrutiny and contemplated under Section 34, and is based partly on no evidence, partly on non-application of mind, and partly on misapplication of law. In this, the High Court of Delhi held that though petitioner may be covered under MSME Act, however, as the arbitration did not take place by reference under Section 18 of the MSME Act, there was no requirement of the respondent to deposit 75% of the awarded amount in Section 34. Petition in compliance with Section 19 of the MSME Act and Section 19 would not apply to award punished by an arbitrator appointed by the parties otherwise than in accordance with Section 18 of the MSME Act. Here, the High Court of Delhi set aside the award to the extent that the arbitrator awarded interest at the rate 7.5% interest of 36% as provided in the contract, and held that once the rate of interest was agreed between the parties, the Loans Act 1980 will not come into play. The Delhi court, after a detailed factual analysis, set aside the award under Section 34 of the Act, holding that the mechanism of notional idealing cost devised by the arbitrator to determine the compensation payable by the petitioner was perverse, and the arbitrator ought to have awarded idealing cost in a more practical manner. More so because neither the factum of loss suffered by the petitioner nor the quantum of loss suffered by the dispute is in the statement of defense. The Supreme Court of India upheld the decision of High Court in setting aside arbitral award under Section 37 and held that the ground of patent illegality is available for setting aside a domestic award. If decision of arbitrator is perverse and so irrational that no reasonable person would have arrived at the same or construction of the contract is such that no fair or reasonable person would have taken, or the view of an arbitrator is not even in a possible view. A division bench of Delhi High Court reduced the rate of interest awarded by arbitrator and upheld the single judge from 18% to 9%, holding that though jurisdiction under Section 37 of the Act is restricted, but the award of interest at the rate 18% per annum is wholly unjustified, and the same shocks the court's conscience, since there are glaring contradictions between the claim made by the respondent and the relief granted by the arbitral tribunal. The High Court of Delhi allowed the defendant's application under Order 7, Rule 11 of CPC and rejected the plaint which had sought declaration to the effect that the arbitration clause is null and void and against the public policy of India. That while doing so, the court rejected the plaintiff's argument that the underlying agreement containing the arbitration clause, being a letter of engagement between a client and lawyer, cannot be considered as commercial under the law in force in India to fall under Section 44 of the Act. Subscribe to my channel to never miss an update. For more details, you can just search Judgment Updates on YouTube and you will get a detailed playlist where every week I upload a series of judgment updates that took place within a week. Thank you for watching.